this video is about the electric truck that I drove out in Norway, and a video of me test driving it and what I thought of it. So please excuse my face at the start of the video. We were playing in the snow with the snowplow just before this, and I was talking to people after, and I said, right, I'm going to go off and film a bit of stuff about the electric truck, but I wanted to go somewhere quiet because I feel like really self-conscious talking to a camera, and I didn't want to do it in front of people. So no one told me that my makeup was halfway down my face, and they just let me go and video it. So it's lucky I'm at that age where I don't really care anymore, which is quite nice in a way. But so I'm still going to put it up, but just excuse my face. Love it or hate it, electric trucks are going to be part of our future. Some of you will be scared of it, some of you will embrace it, and some will sit on the fence. And none of these feelings are right or wrong. It's a huge thing to ask us to change. A lot of us will be in trucking for the love of the combustion engine, the sound, smell and enthusiasm that we have grown up with, and hoping that one day our boss is going to give us a V8. So as much as I'm really sad that it is going to come to an end one day, I'm also going to tell you why I'm not scared. In Carnival, we used to hire our generators. And as carts got bigger, with more light bulbs, we had to get bigger generators, up to megawatts, to power all of the bulbs and the moving parts. Which resulted in the rear trailer, the second trailer, on the Carnival cart, just being this massive box to house the generator. On top of that, the phenomenal costs that it took to hire these megawatt generators. Incandescent light bulbs were phased out some years ago, leaving us with only LEDs. When something is new, it tends to be expensive, and that's what LED bulbs were. And we just did not know how we were going to afford to buy all these LED bulbs, and not only that, they were a funny shape, which didn't suit our carts. And we needed thousands of these LED lights. We honestly thought that it would be the end of Carnival, because there is no way that our fundraising would allow us to buy them at that price. We were wrong though. In fact, because of the demand for bulbs and the mass production, it massively reduced the cost. So we could then afford them, and they also came in the new old-fashioned shape. But better than that, they didn't need such a big generator to power them. As they got smaller, they became easier to hide within the moving part, so the whole cart could be moving from front to back. So what we thought would ruin Carnival actually made it loads better. So this is why I'm not scared. This is why I'm optimistic about the electric journey that we're going to go on. Let's go and try one out. Push it. I see. Feels like you're driving without the engine on.
It's very strange.
I can't believe how quiet it is.
It's very quiet. Also, if you like the V8 sound, this is not a truck for me.
No. Although I worry that, say I was driving along and somebody didn't hear the truck and would walk out in front of me.
Yeah.
Maybe they should put a V8 sound over the sound of this.
Yeah.
Any decent person right now would be looking for ways to look after our environment. Whether you believe in global warming or not, you can see that we are destroying our environment in many ways. Most of us are consciously looking for little changes we can make to help, whether that is recycling more stuff, buying more reusable products, walking or cycling to work if possible, buying more locally made products, and many more things. I, for one, take all my recycling home after a week out in the truck, and I am in the process of making a homemade compost heap to grow plenty of fruit and veg at home, so that it's not being transported around the country or even the world. I am someone that is very conscious of wastage, and I am always looking for ways to improve. However, I also love trucking, and I love the sound of a V8 engine. It's what I've been brought up on, but instead of slating the electric, like many other diesel lovers do, I wanted to find out for myself and give it a chance. So the first thing I noticed was the sound, and that is that there is none, and I honestly think this is something that needs to be looked at. My first fear as a truck driver is having an accident where somebody is killed or injured. The other thing I noticed is that it went like a little rocket. The torque is higher on these electric tracks and it's certainly noticeable, and as a driver this gave me a little bit of excitement. This truck I am driving now is a 25P rigid, which is 230 kilowatts and is the equivalent to a 310 horsepower truck. The biggest they go up to right now is a 45R, which is a 410 kilowatt and equivalent to a 560 horsepower engine, and comes in a 4x2 tractor unit and a 6x2 rigid. The maximum range for this truck is 350 kilometres at 44 tonnes and takes around 90 minutes to charge. The charging ports can also handle more powerful charging that is planned for the future, which will take the charging time down to 45 minutes or less, which is a driver's legally required break. They can also be built with a PTO capable of 260 kilowatts. They have also become more aerodynamic by extending the wind deflectors, which in turn helps you get the most range out of the truck. Scania have an analyst team to help work out what is right for each individual company and operation, not only picking the right truck for the work, but also the right charging solution for the vehicles at the company's location. They understand that each company has different needs and also want to strive for those needs to become more efficient and productive and provide a servicing solution to meet these needs, which means less downtime for the trucks. One thing I noticed from the Scania team is that they are very much for the individual needs of the customers and not treat every customer the same. Electrification is happening so fast that they estimate 10% of the vehicle sales will be electric by 2025 and 50% of the sales will be electric by the end of the decade. As a driver, I feel that this is something that I really need to start learning about now so that I don't get left behind. In terms of driving, it is almost identical to the diesel 500S 6x2 that I drive now. Everything on the dash and on the stalks on the steering wheel are in the same place, making it an easy transition as a driver. Far easier in fact than when we had to get our heads around going from a manual truck to automatic trucks some years ago. I've actually really enjoyed driving it. I like the fact that it looks the same inside and outside as a diesel truck. Unless you got up really close you wouldn't know, which I think will help with drivers' morale. Us drivers can be terribly competitive with our "my truck's better than your truck" mentality. And with the consensus between drivers thinking that electric trucks are no good without knowing all the facts, a change in look of the truck would have made it hugely less appealing as a driver. I think it's perfect for day work, where trucks are kept around a local area, or long haul depot to depot, where charging facilities can be made available.
I don't think I've driven a rigid for about 6 years. Quite nice actually. Thought I was going round again then. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be suitable for my job that I do now. If you've watched my videos, you know that I go to a lot of farms. I'm out off the beaten track all the time and there would just be no way to charge. So I think maybe if, say, tractors go electric and we can start charging on the farms and stuff like that, maybe it'd be possible in the very distant future. But at the moment, I think it's short haul and there's definitely a massive place for them. And, you know, we need to be doing it. So, yeah, I was impressed.